So I was never really a person who paid a lot of heed to it because I haven't been a girl like who was into makeup a lot for the virtue of vanity. I'm into makeup because I paint. So it's sort of like a different iteration of that, right? Like I paint on my face, and it's been very recent. So I did not know how much of a conflict it was until I actually got into it, and it's hard to find like shades, right, for foundation. I'm pretty sure every girl who's watching this can relate right now. It's very hard to find shades that are like complementing your body as well as your face. And why is that so hard? It's just paint. It's just pigments. Why is this? Right? So, and it's also that like certain shades get promoted through like makeup and certain don't, and there's so much stigma built around these things. And for me, it's hard to comprehend what is going on because I'm thinking of it as a painter. So it's just a bunch of like different shades, and it makes no difference. So I'm pretty happy with my skin color. I like that I'm kind of olivey. I don't know what the right term for it is, but I like it. I love that I look like this. And honestly, what other option is there? Because if you don't love what you look like, you're kind of trapped in it forever. So what are you doing?
I think I'm really pretty. I don't think that until either movies or cinema or a relative said, hey, you're not fair enough, I never considered that I wasn't beautiful enough. And it was induced to think that, hey, could I not be beautiful if I was not fair enough? But I do think I really like my skin.
When I was younger, I was a few tones darker than what I am right now, and it was traumatic to say the least. It's been very difficult growing up in a place like India, especially when everybody else in your family is of a lighter skin tone. So it was very difficult for me to accept the way I was, mostly because I was made to believe that there is something wrong with me, or there is something wrong with the way I look. Over the years, I've heard a lot of things. Even as young as probably say 7 or 8, I've been hearing things like, oh, nobody's going to marry you, or I have a sister who's really fair, and okay, how are you guys even related? Are you adopted? So all these things, it sort of led to so many more issues, and it took a lot of time for me to accept me the way I am. It's been a hard struggle, but right now I'm in a place where I would not want to be anybody else or look like anybody else. I love the way I look, and I love my skin tone. So yeah.
I think I've kind of hit a very good middle ground genetically because I'm ambiguous enough. I'm not too fair, I'm not too dark. So unfortunately, I get the very well-meaning suggestions on, oh, how to be fairer so you can be prettier. And of late, one of the most surprising things I've heard is, oh, you look really pretty, but you know, for your features, if you were darker, you'd look more exotic. Why?
The color of my skin, I think, is beautiful. Until I grew up and human beings happened to me. It was ridiculous to kind of meet people who were constantly reminding you that you're on the darker side. And then, yeah, and I went to buy makeup sometime, and they're like, we don't have your skin tone. You might want to buy something darker and something lighter and mix them. And
which is the company's job.
Exactly. Then why do you exist? Like, if I have to do all the work, then yeah. Just make more skin tones, yeah. Like, there are people of all colors. So, yeah, I love the way I am. Yeah.
Well, my skin tone, as you can see, I am a dark brown, and I'm proud to be that. But over the years, I've questioned myself. I've assumed and I wondered if being a brown was as bad as people make it seem to be. From Fair and ads where they keep asking me to be fairer, to going to makeup stores where people ask me to buy a foundation tone that's lighter than my skin tone just to make me look fairer. But I'm like, okay, it's all right, and I've come to terms with it now. But yeah, I've had my ups and downs.
So for me, what I feel about my skin color is actually, for the longest time, I've always tried to lighten my skin color for the longest time that I can remember, and I was always compared to my sister who was darker. I have a sister who's really fair, and okay, how are you guys even related? Are you adopted? So somehow that kind of like kept me. I think I was favored because I'm lighter than my sister's skin color, but at the same time I'm not light enough, so which is why I still kept trying and to be lighter or get fairer. But it recently, I think from the past 4 years, I have stopped and I've embraced my skin color, and I think it's just wonderful.
For me, for instance, when I was in childhood, I have discriminated by the family and society also because of my color. So that time I felt actually ನಾನು ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೇ ಬೇಜಾರೇನೋ ಸ್ಕಿನ್ ಕಲರ್ಗಾಗಿ ಎನ್ನುವಂಥ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ನನ್ನೊಳಗಡೆ. ಸೊ ಫ್ಯಾಮಿಲಿ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದರ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಕೂಡ ನಿನ್ನ ಕಪ್ಪು ಆಚೆ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಎನಿ ಆಪರ್ಚುನಿಟೀಸ್ ಡಿನೇ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇತ್ತು ನನಗೆ.
Though I have the skin color, I am one of the twin in my house. Like, I'm one of the twin, and my other twin was very beautiful. Compared to me, she was slim, beautiful eyes, like blue eyes. And so even having the skin color also, lot of discrimination I used to feel. Though it was not intentional discrimination, but when my relatives used to call, I am Indian always and she is a foreigner. That's the comparison we always used to get.
When it comes to like my skin tone, it isn't nice when I'm compared to the rest, but I'm okay with it. But just that I don't want to be compared and then someone else says, oh, you know, you're fairer than the other person, you're the fairest, so you're beautiful. No, if I'm me and I'm beautiful, then it's fine. Not because I am fair, not because of my color.
My skin tone is, I think I've just got okay skin, and I'll just love myself any which ways. So I think skin or brown, white really doesn't matter. I just love myself. So yeah, I love my skin tone.